Hello, my loves. Today we're going to talk about Pluto. Okay, the devil we know, the planet that says, tell me what it hurts so I know where I can put more pressure. Okay, Pluto in Aquarius. So, the thing about Pluto takes 1,000,000 years, more specifically 248 years to go around the sun. And so, when Pluto enters a new zodiac sign, everyone talks about it, okay, because it happens so rarely, okay. That's why all the astrologists in the world already talked about Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto entered Aquarius on the 23rd of March this year, okay? So a few days ago. And it's gonna leave Aquarius on the 10th of June 2023. And then it's gonna go back to Capricorn for a little while. It's gonna be back in Aquarius in January 2024, and it's gonna leave Aquarius in 2044. Okay, so a lot of people talk about this transit. Already talked about this transit. Of course, I have to talk about it too because this channel is called Pluto&Astrology. Pluto is my favorite planet, so I have to talk about it. Not really my favorite planet. It's more like me trying to work with Pluto, love Pluto, and learn how to deal with him, because in my natal chart is squaring everything. It's the most problematic planet that I have in my chart, and so that's why it's me trying to love him, okay? And see the good side of Pluto, even though it's not easy to see Pluto's good side. Pluto, let's talk about Pluto in general. At first. So let's take a look at mythology and what's happening there, because it's really useful when you're trying to understand the planet and what that planet represents. It's really useful to look in mythology and see and take a look at the god that planet represents, okay? So Pluto in mythology is Hades, the god of the underworld, the king of hell, the king of sex, and all of that. So the story goes like this. Zeus challenged his father Saturn and defeated him, and that's how then Pluto, meaning Hades, Neptune, meaning Poseidon, and Zeus, meaning Jupiter, ended up having to split their power and see who rules where, okay? And so apparently he got the sky and all of that. Poseidon had the seas and all that. And then Hades got the underworld. Okay. So he wasn't the luckiest one, let's say. But the story goes like this. Jupiter, or, Zeus, was actually not very honest in this contest. He did something there to make sure that he's gonna rule over the sky and all of that, and that's how he ended up ruling the sky. So basically, you can understand why Hades, Pluto, it's full of vengeance, and Poseidon, Neptune, drinks all the time, right? And don't tell me that Zeus was supposed to rule the sky because he defeated Saturn, because he also had some help from his mother, okay? So it wasn't just him. That's important to remember. Other than that, what can I say? Pluto, Hades, was kind of faithful, okay? He wasn't as bad as people make him, because he loved one woman. And the story says that he forced Persephone, how do I pronounce her name? Anyway, he forced his lady to come and live with him in hell, but he allowed her to come back to Earth for 6 months every year and stay here with her mother and stuff like that. So see, he was actually pretty cool. He did allow her to come back to Earth. Plus, he was faithful, okay? Because when you look at Jupiter, when you look at Zeus, he had so many lovers, and he had kids everywhere. He loved them all. Mortals, he loved them all. So compared to that, Pluto was actually a really, really nice guy. Okay. So that's why Scorpios are very, because Pluto it's the ruler of Scorpio. That's why Scorpios love so intense. And then Sagittarius is always chasing someone else. Okay. That's why when you have a transit, when it comes to love from Pluto, it gives you a very profound and intense love. But when it's something from Jupiter, even though it's it looks really good at first, and it's um, you know, with a lot of drama, and you think that you found the one and all of that, it usually doesn't last long. Okay. So with that being said, let's see what else about Pluto, our boy Pluto. The problem with Pluto is that Pluto likes it tough. Okay, Pluto will come with a lot of mind games in relationships in general. Pluto will torment you a lot until he shows you that he loves you. Okay, Pluto is basically, if you want me to compare it, to life, Pluto is the guy who called you fat in high school, but that forced you to, have a better lifestyle, get on a diet, and that's why now you're super hot. Or Pluto is the woman who told you that you're poor, but that just gave you more stamina to work more, to improve your finances, and that's why you now afford super cool vacations and you have a very good financial situation because of that. It was painful, you have a lot of trauma from it, but that's why now you're in the place you are. Okay, so that's Pluto. That's how Pluto transforms you. It's not easy, it's not pleasant, but that's kind of how it works. Pluto is the aggressor. Okay, Pluto will come and will just force you to face your deepest fears. Okay, you can't run forever from Pluto, from facing all these fears. Pluto will have you accept the bad in you. Okay, because no one is and no one will ever be just good. Okay, you can't just remove your bad side. It is there, it's always going to be there. If you repress it, it's just going to be worse in the long run. And so Pluto comes and forces you to accept that. Okay, acknowledge that, accept it, work with it. Okay, you need balance. You need to balance this nasty side of you and the good side of you. Okay, Pluto basically forces you to accept your shadow. Okay, you need to love that too. We all have it. Yeah, so Pluto hurts. Okay, but the thing is, after you learn how to work with Pluto and love Pluto, the world is your oyster with Pluto on your side. Okay, because you can't compare the power that Pluto gives you to the power that you get from, I don't know, Saturn and Jupiter put together, because the power that Pluto gives you, it's so much bigger than anything else. What does it mean to have Pluto in Aquarius? Okay, other people said this already. I'm gonna say it too. Will this mean that the power will move from politicians to the people? Yes. Meaning, revolutions like the one in French in 1789, and different types of wars. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's basically people getting fed up with what's happening and will just take the wheel. Okay, is it good? Is it not good? That's really debatable, but that's kind of what we can expect in the next years with Pluto in Aquarius. Now, on the other hand, probably a lot of people will, we will be helping each other more than usual. And something like, what happened for Ukraine when, for example, people in my country, the people, not so much the politicians, were very willing to help Ukrainian people when they crossed our borders. So something like that. Let's take a look at what happened already in Turkey. The earthquake, and then other people, other countries willing to help them. And so something like that, we can already see this kind of happening. And yes, please remember that we also have Uranus in Taurus, and this means earthquakes. Earthquakes. I'm not pronouncing that correctly anyway. So we already had a big one in Turkey. We can expect more than this. Unfortunately, I would say that we can still expect bigger ones until 2026 when Uranus leaves Taurus. That's kind of what Pluto and having Pluto in Aquarius can bring us, and Uranus in Taurus. And then the good side is that, you know, Pluto in Aquarius can also bring us a lot of new technology. Okay, maybe we will succeed and we will be moving to Mars finally. Since we destroyed this planet, maybe we'll just start destroying another one. But, you know, you shouldn't be scared of Pluto because, you know, it is what it is. The only constant in life is change. You know, that quote. So, you know, it is what it is. We shouldn't be surprised about all the chaos in this world, because at the end of the day, what happened is that they took out from the solar system, especially the planet that had to do with hell and revenge and all of that. So that's why I'm just saying it's gonna be, you know, Pluto in Aquarius, it's gonna feel good for Gemini people that have planets in Gemini, people that have planets in Libra. It will empower these people in a way at some point when it's gonna make a perfect trine with their planets. It's not gonna be very pleasant though for Aquarius people. It's gonna empower them, yes, but it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy for Leos either, or for Scorpio or Taurus people. Okay, so take a look in your chart, see if you have planets there. Again, very good for Gemini and Libra, not so good, not so easy for Taurus, Scorpio, or Leos. Okay, and Aquarius, again, Aquarius will gain a lot of power. I know Aquarius people are kind of tired already because you guys, if you're watching this and you're an Aquarius, you already had Saturn there, and you know it made you really tired, a bit depressed maybe, and now having Pluto, it's not going to be super easy. But you know, transformation, personal transformation, evolution is never easy, so remember that. So guys, this is what I had for you guys. Love Pluto, because I love Pluto. Trying to love Pluto. Okay, try to love Pluto too, because, you know, not a lot of people love Pluto, so let's love Pluto. This is what I had for you. Hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think about Pluto, how you have Pluto in your chart, and how you feel about him. What do you think about this transit of Pluto in Aquarius? Are you scared of it? Are you excited? Let me know. Bye.